This is Valley News Live at noon.
Good news for Easter travelers. The North Dakota DOT and Highway Patrol says roads are starting to open across the state today. Highway 83 from Bismarck to Minot and I-94 from Jamestown to Bismarck are now back open. I-94 from Bismarck to Montana border just reopened at noon, and no travel advisory is still in places in parts of the northeastern part of North Dakota. Now, even though the closures are lifted, officials say to take it easy. Roads may be icy, so go slow and also use some caution when you're driving and watch out for snowplows. For more information on road conditions across North Dakota, call 511. We also have a link to the North Dakota and Minnesota road maps on our weather page at valleynewslive.com. Snowplow drivers across much of North Dakota are wiped out after 3+ days of cleaning up after this spring blizzard. They say this storm has been very difficult, not only because of the huge amounts of snow, but also because of how wet and heavy it is. The wind was also a major factor in this storm. Well, it's nice to see some sunshine, but the winds will stick around for a little bit today. So let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Lisa Green for what we can expect as we head into the weekend. Good afternoon, Lisa.
Good afternoon. Yes, more wind and even a little more snow out there as well. You can see on our radar we've got these scattered light snow showers making their way through the valley. Meanwhile, there are places where we've got some decent sunshine. So it's going to be one of those days where we're watching some of these flakes fly through, and then an hour later, it's sunny out there. Grand Forks, we just saw on our sky cam that we've got some snowflakes flying around there. Fargo, we've seen a couple move through. We may have another round of it here as we make our way through the afternoon. Here's a look at our wind speeds. They are still brisk. We've got gusts out of the northwest or west up to 30 miles per hour over in Bemidji, 31 miles per hour in Fergus Falls, and 32 in Jamestown. So we're still getting these strong winds, and it's colder air taking over. This is that view again in Grand Forks, looking a bit snowy, a bit wintry out there. We've got a temperature there of 17 degrees with snowy conditions. Fargo's enjoyed a little sunshine, so our temperature's gone up a bit. We're at 21 degrees right now. It's 20 in Jamestown. Bemidji only 19. It's 23 in Fergus Falls, and we've got some snow in Devil's Lake at 17 degrees at the moment. Here's a look at our planner for Fargo. Expect to have temperatures getting into the 20s today. Question is how warm we'll get, because we could set some records here. We're going with a forecast high of 26 degrees, especially if we keep that cloud cover around a little longer. That'll keep those temperatures down. And if we top off at 26, we'll set a record for the coldest high for this date. The last time we were around this cold, 27 degrees was our coldest high for today in Fargo. That was set back in 1904. So over 100 years ago, we were this cold in Fargo. Other places have different times for your records, but a lot of us may set some of those here for today. Maybe not the kind of records we want to see. No. Now, as we go into the weekend, we're going to talk about more snow coming our way for Easter. So full of great news here in the weather department today.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it. Well, police are investigating the death of a woman whose body was found in the snow during this week's blizzard. Minot police found a 73-year-old woman dead yesterday morning near the city's post office. No foul play is suspected. The victim's identity is being withheld until relatives are notified. Police in Watford City have a similar case going on there. They're investigating the death of a 60-year-old man found dead outside yesterday afternoon in the snow. There's no indication of any criminal activity. A woman in Northern Valley is being charged with a gun violation after police say she shot through her living room floor into the basement. Police arrested 38-year-old Jill Mudge for reckless endangerment. Officers were called out about a gun discharge last night in the 1200 block of 18th Street South in Grand Forks. They say a bullet went through the floor and hit the wall in the basement. No one was hurt, but police say the woman's boyfriend was near her when the gun went off. A woman may save herself from being hurt by giving Fargo police officers a silent signal. During a traffic stop, officers pulled over a vehicle in South Fargo and suspected a man with a warrant for assault was in the car. A woman in the driver's seat mounted the words, "Help me," as officers were talking to her. Then they say a man sat up in the back seat and put a woman in a chokehold. The two officers were able to intervene. Jeremy Millens was arrested for aggravated assault, terrorizing, and felonious restraint and assaulting a police officer. Safety and security are top priorities in Boston as the city prepares for the world's most famous marathon. Today is the 9th anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing that killed 3 people and injured more than 260 others. Police say there is no credible threat to this year's race. They're going to be all over the race course in uniform and also undercover. The marathon is Monday morning. The U of M's Raptor Center has an urgent message for backyard birders. Get rid of your bird feeders. They're also urging people to stop feeding birds and also to help this all cut down on the spread of the bird flu. Well, anything that prompts birds to congregate and kind of get together, like feeders and also bird baths, could help or could spread the virus. A Mississippi casino has installed an ATM to convert cryptocurrency to cash. The ATM at the Scarlet Pearl Casino uses financial software to make the conversion. They say that this new option makes it easier for guests to get their digital dollars in hard-earned currency.
We're making sure that our guests can take money out of all their wallets. So whether it's a credit card cash advance coming from your checking account like you would from a normal ATM, we just added extra functionality. So the most popular cryptocurrencies that you have, you can withdraw from.
Well, there is a certain amount that you can take out. The maximum amount per transaction is $1,000. Coming up at noon, counting the season's flu outbreak, why the CDC says it's not over yet. But next, Lisa Green has your forecast for your Easter weekend.